I'm Dr. Ash. I'm a board certified dermatologist and dermatologic surgeon, and I'm going to be talking to you all about debunking some sunscreen myths.
If I wear a higher SPF sunscreen, that means I don't have to reapply as often.
That's a great question. So, SPF really is just giving you a relative measure of how much of the UVB rays are being blocked. So, it really doesn't tell you anything about how frequently you need to be reapplying your sunscreen. So, as a general rule, regardless of the strength of the SPF you're using, you should be reapplying your sunscreen every 2 hours.
SPF 100 is twice as effective as SPF 50.
So that's a myth. SPF 100 covers 99% of UVB rays, whereas in comparison, SPF 50 covers 98% of UVB rays. So it's not double the protection. So as a general rule, I tell my patients to use at least an SPF 30, which covers 98% of UVB rays.
I don't need sunscreen if it's cloudy out.
That's definitely a myth. So UV rays penetrate through cloud. So regardless of the temperature and climate outside, you should be using sunscreen daily.
Getting a base tan will prevent further sun damage.
That's definitely also a myth. So any tanning of the skin is actually evidence of UV damage to the skin. So as a general rule, I tell all my patients no tan is a protected tan.
People with darker skin tones don't need to wear sunscreen.
So that's definitely a myth. While patients with darker skin tones are more protected from the sun, they're not completely immune from sun damage. So as a dermatologic surgeon, I see skin cancers and photoaging in all skin tones.
Mineral sunscreen is better than chemical sunscreen.
So this really comes down to patient preference. So mineral sunscreens are great for sensitive skin, although they can leave a white cast, which is the one downside. On the other hand, chemical sunscreens rub in much better, so they're great for everyday use, and they actually also come in waterproof formulation, so they're great for outdoor activities.
Wearing sunscreen could cause a vitamin D deficiency.
That's a myth. So actually, it only takes a few minutes of sun exposure to make sufficient levels of vitamin D, even while you're wearing sunscreen.
Sunscreens can be toxic to the body.
That's definitely a myth. So sunscreens available on the shelves today have all been thoroughly studied for decades, so they're incredibly safe to use. Wearing sunscreen is one of the best things you can do for your skin health, regardless of which type of sunscreen you choose to use. It prevents photoaging as well as skin cancers.